Hello, hello. It is Sarah Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for Moon Astrology Tarot, this time for the moon in Virgo, December 31 through January 2nd, 2024. Holy shit, we made it. Okay, so this moon enters Virgo early in the morning on the 31st. So we do have a New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in the Gregorian calendar with a waning moon in Virgo. And then on the 2nd, it will leave Virgo at about 7 p.m. So what's going on here? So Virgo is mercurial. It is about the digestive system. It's also about overthinking or overanalyzing. Virgo is often detail-oriented. What's interesting about this is while we have a moon in Virgo, which is a Mercury-ruled sign, Mercury will station direct on January 1st. So that means we have a lot of opportunities to pay attention to our digestive system, but it also means we have an opportunity to overthink or overanalyze with Mercury stationing direct. Could be a lot of mental processing going on. And so, and we have, again, all of these personal planets in Sagittarius. Jupiter also stations direct. I think it went direct during the moon in Leo. Oh, well, I think it did. Yes, it was on the 30th. So we have all planets direct, except for Uranus, that goes direct later on in January. But we have a lot of forward momentum. All of the personal planets are in Sagittarius for a hot minute. And so while these planets are here, and even after Mars will be the first one to leave Sag on January 4th, and it will move into its exaltation in Capricorn. So momentum, lots of momentum, y'all. This is juicy, good energy to work with. It's also risky because of Mercury and the potential to overthink, overanalyze, have indigestion, all of these things, right? So be really kind to your systems, your thought processes, your digestive system, and all of those sorts of things as we move through this. But there is this tons of potential to really like kickstart new projects and things like that. Hopefully you've already kind of made the groundwork and created the foundation from intentions that you set from even the Sagittarius new moon that we had on December 12th rather. And even before that, intentions that you may have set during the solar eclipse back in October 14th. Intentions that you set from October 14th, the Libra solar eclipse. So these are those times when you get to go back and look at your journals and see, what did I say I was going to do, right? I do a quarterly journaling session with Hearts Unleashed. And this is when I go back and look at my previous journals to see, what did I do? What have I accomplished? What have I already set the stage for? Because sometimes we set an intention to do a project, but then, the universe sends us on a journey because we need to learn something, or we need to learn to let something go in order to have what we need resource-wise in order to embark on that next mission or take on that those intentions. So appropriately, we have the Tower. Something's got to fall. Okay. You cannot, sometimes you reached a maximum point in your mental energies or your mental, your day-to-day capabilities. You don't have room in your schedule for something, whatever, but things have to fall apart. So let something go. Something's ready to go. Something needs to be let go. Something is ending. Of course, this being New Year's, that's kind of appropriate. I was thinking more of like mentally, and I wasn't even thinking that it was a new year ending, the old year ending and the new year. Anyway, whatever. Having my own Mercury retrograde moments over here. Okay, so something's ending, something's coming to an end. Could be, year 2023. It could be that something in your life is ending. Maybe you're left a job and you're starting something new, however that goes for you. So we got the Tower, and then we have the, is this the six of Pentacles? I hope I'm saying that right. Okay. Six of Pentacles upright, generosity, sharing resources, You can see that they're getting tea here. They get 6 drops. But this is all about sharing resources. This is all about knowing what resources you have to offer. Also, being aware of the fact that if you're often the one in need, to be the one to provide resources, and vice versa. If you're always the one giving, maybe it's time you practice receiving, right? If you are a single woman, that is probably the best thing I can say for you is practice receiving. You receive from men, and I'm not just talking about receiving it in the bedroom. Okay. All right. Let's okay, so things are ending. Things are ready to go. You're also practicing receiving resources and or giving resources if you are often the receiver. So kind of flip roles and see yourself in the different role. And if you don't see yourself as somebody who can give anything, who has anything to offer, this is a place to do some self-discovery and see what all you have to offer the world, your community, your family, your friends, however that looks for you. Maybe this is the year to take on some volunteering to see what all you can offer the world. We got celery seed. This is all about detoxifying. I am not a huge fan of doing physical detox things like water detox, juice cleanses, and all that shit. I've done all those things. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them. I have done them. I just don't feel different when I do them. The only thing I really feel different when I do is sugar detoxes. But anyway, celery seed, you can do like a celery juice cleanse. I have done those before. Those are kind of interesting. Celery juice is not as gross as you think it is. It's actually pretty tasty. But so maybe right now is like the time to do, if you're going no alcohol, or if you're going no sugar, no caffeine, or all of those things, thinking you're going to start the year off right. This actually could be a really good time to do that with this moon in Virgo. But to each their own. And I know some people take on a sobriety journey, whatever you're sobering from, whether it's social media, sugar, caffeine, alcohol, drugs, whatever you're sobering yourself from. Sobriety looks differently to all of us. It does not just have to be intoxicants. It can be sobriety from anything. But it maybe, if you are taking on a sober journey, like I feel like this is a really good time to get that started if you haven't already. Just because we have all this forward momentum to actually embark on new things, new adventures, new ventures, new whatever. Or again, you've laid the groundwork for it and you're wondering why it's not catching, you're not catching any ground on it. Maybe it is that, because you are recovering from being intoxicated every day or every other day, or however that shows up for you. And so it's kind of one of those things, like the universe tends to bonk you over the head or stare you in the mirror and be like, damn, how come that project isn't going anywhere? How come maybe I need to, that was what was going on for me. I wasn't like a heavy drinker. I just drank every day. And then it was like I had to create time and space to, drink, and I had to create time and space to be hungover the next day. So that was eating into, a lot of my day and a lot of my work and all of that. Anyway, so that's what I got for this new the waning moon in Virgo. Again, be aware of the fact that this could be a very good time to check up on your digestive system, check up on your details, and all of that, but also, know that this could be about a bit of indigestion. We've been eating a lot of food through this holiday week, probably, but check in on that indigestion and be aware of potential overthinking, overanalyzing, and whatnot. So journal dump a lot, get all that stuff out of your system. Think about detoxing if you feel the need. Celery seed doesn't mean you have to consume it. It's just pointing to like where an opportunity could be. So thanks for tuning in. Again, check the links below for how to work with me. The quarterly astrology report is only going to be available until January 15th, and then I will reopen it in mid-March for quarter 2 astrology. So I'm only going to have that one open prior to the quarters and then close it and reopen it, because I don't want to be doing I don't want to mix up the quarters. You can always get the basic sun, moon, rising, basic astrology with me. I will be opening up 2 one-to-one consultations in the near future. Give me a minute to settle in a bit more and get a few things done with family and whatnot before I open that up. So, We are not quite close enough to the new moon yet, but be aware that the new moon sun rising signs will be posted on my YouTube sometime in the next week or so. So be on the lookout for that. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you next time.